Hi everybody, welcome to video number 4. Premature inheritance will get you killed. So over my 40 years of hovering around in my particular desert/wilderness experience, where I've had very few opportunities to actually do things and be involved with things, uh, one of the biggest tragedies I've witnessed over and over and over is young believers who are given a platform long before they're ready for it, and the enemy ends up taking them out and wiping them out. And it's a biblical principle that you see very much in the life of King David. You can read it through in 1 and 2 Samuel, find the appropriate passage. But David was anointed to be the king, the next king of Israel, at a very young age. So Saul was still king. David was a teenager, people say around 17 years old. He was still a boy. And this is before the whole Goliath thing. Okay? So David's anointed to be the next king. But David, being a man after God's own heart, he understood that if he did anything to try and make that happen, it would disqualify him in the long run. And you'll all know the story of when King Saul, 2 occasions, King Saul was at David's mercy. One was the cave. I think it was the cave of Adullam. Don't quote me on that. And Saul went to sleep in the mouth of the cave where David and his men are hiding. And David's men are all, oh, this is your chance. This is your chance. You're supposed to be the king. You know, go kill him and that's it. It's done. And David's like, I'm not going to lift a finger against the Lord's anointed. David understood that if you are genuinely going to walk in the calling that God has for you, God has to put you in place and establish you. And anything you do to promote yourself, to push yourself forward before that time, can A, disqualify you, or B, get you killed. And it's really important that young people understand this. It's not about your gifting. It's not about your calling. It's about God's timing. And you must learn to be patient and hang out in the desert. Find someone you can serve, you can learn from, you can be around and be part of, and serve them to the best of your ability while you're in training. But do not do anything to push yourself forward. Humility is the key to this next move of God. You cannot walk in the manifest power of the kingdom unless you are cloaked with humility, or it will kill you. You will look at yourself, you'll look at the gifting, you'll look at the things God's using you to do, and pride will take you out like that. So, the best verse I can think of to keep praying is Isaiah 66:2. This is the man I esteem, he who is humble, who is contrite in heart, and who trembles at my word. That needs to be the place where you hang out while you are in your training season. Do not compare yourself to other people and the things that they're doing, the things that they're building, which may or may not be the Lord. Sometimes the Lord blesses things that he will not inhabit. Okay? But in the end time especially, we have to be going after the things that he will inhabit, the house that he wants to build. And anything you do to push yourself forward will severely impair that. Now, especially if you're in a large Pentecostal ministry, they burn people up like you would not believe. They will throw young kids up as musicians and worship leaders, and, oh, you've got a preaching, like, you come and preach and you do all this, and it kills them, right? They do not understand this whole thing, that it's very important you provide a place for young people to be involved, to be part of it, but you don't allow them the center stage until the Lord actually clears them and puts them there because it will kill them. If you want to see this in the natural, I suggest you go look at the life of Shane Warne, the cricketer. Right, incredible cricketing gift, a teenager thrown into the national team. Everyone around the world saying how wonderful he is and incredible bowling ability and everything. And you look at the disaster his life turned out to be. So, premature inheritance will get you killed. Stay away from it. Stay in humility. Isaiah 66:2. Have a good day.